beauties, it's your girl Cardi of Stiletto Beauty. For my new beauties, welcome and thank you so much for stopping by. And for my returning beauties, thank you guys so much for the continued support. Now, if you're new here, we call our community, our family here, the Beautihood. And if you want, which I would love it if you did, if you want to join the Beautihood, or it's very simple. 3 things you got to do. You have to click that red subscribe button. Number 1. Number 2, click the bell. Number 3, click all. So that way you always know when your girl is posting. That's it. You're in. It doesn't cost you anything. You're in. What I do ask of from every video, you'll see I ask that you watch this video in its entirety, and then only then, if you like what you saw, click the thumbs up. And as far as the comments, in the comment section, I tell that's where you and I individually as a community, we really connect. Go in those comments, give me love, constructive criticism, ask me questions, suggestions, recommendations, give me, pointers, critiques, all of that stuff in the comments. But with that being said, my beauties, I want you to, well, this is a I'm back video. But before we get into the video, I want you to go because we are about to chitty chat, and this is gonna get deep, probably emotional, because I owe you guys an explanation of where the fuck I've been, what the hell has been going on, Radio Raheem, you know what I'm saying? So before we get into the tea, I want you to go grab you a little get your favorite drink. I don't care what it is. Could be apple juice, could be wine, could be vodka, tequila, if you like me, champagne, whatever floats your boat. And get you a cute glass and pour you up something, because this is gonna be a sit down. So I'm gonna give you a little second. Get yourself together. Girl, what you looking at me for? Go hurry up. What the hell? Hurry up. So we can get this shit started. Come on. Hurry up. Okay. You got it? And don't worry, I'm not judging you. Whatever you're drinking. Granted, I'm drinking water, but that's okay, because I ain't gonna lie, I did drink a bottle of wine the other day. But anywho, now we'll take a sip. But before we take a sip, I want to give a cheers before we start this. Because this is my first post in 2024, Happy New Year. To my beauties out there, Happy New Year. I want to give a toast to us, to growth, to prosperity, to happiness, to what else can I say? Manifestation, anything that you want, our goals, our dreams. Let them go from ideas and thoughts to manifestations. And then the last thing is, I want to wish us love and happiness. So cheers. Cheers, y'all. Let's take a little sip. Okay. That was good. I ain't gonna lie. All right. So now that you're sitting, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all look good. Yeah, I see you. Okay, I don't really see y'all, but you know what I mean. So let's go back to go forward. Well, before we do that, I don't want this to be too long. It's going to be a little lengthy, but I don't want it to be overly long. I want you guys, if you go to my TikTok, I pretty much, you'll see me in a bob. It's not the last couple of videos. You'll see me in a bob with like a yellow shirt. And it's a couple of parts. I talk about a situation that happened in my apartment. Long story short, it was a really bad leak in my apartment. And pretty much my apartment complex dropped the ball, and I wasn't able to get reimbursed. This could have led to a lawsuit, but ultimately, and because of going through that, your girl was down bad. Mentally, it got dark, like really, really dark. Like sitting here, even thinking about how bad it was, it almost seems like an out-of-body experience, or the best thing I could describe it is a nightmare. like looking back at it, it seems like something, yeah, that nightmares are made of. Because while going through what I was going through, it got so bad that the only way that I saw out was, yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, I don't want to trigger anybody, but, and I'm not saying, this is not a clickbait. This is not for views. This is just, again, you guys are my beauties, and I owe you guys an explanation of where I've been. And it was bad at you, girl. I was, mentally, I was not okay. I wasn't. And the crazy part about it is I wasn't aware that I wasn't okay. And so, the mind is a very, very interesting organ. Well, the brain is the organ. The mind is a very interesting, I don't know what the hell you would call it, conscience or concept. Yeah, the way it works, it's so fascinating at this point, especially going through what I've went through. But like I said, long story short, if you want more details, because I don't really want to go back there, you can check out the story there. But like I said, long story short, I want to say I lost about 95% of my clothes, and it was a mess, and I spiraled really, really bad, and to the point where I had to go back to therapy, like really, really take therapy seriously and be honest about therapy. I was clinically diagnosed with depression, and subsequently put on medication, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't be here sitting in front of you talking to you guys. Yeah, and so going through that, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. Yeah, I was scared because I refer to that state of my mind, the state of my mind at the time, as just darkness. I was in a constant state of darkness. It was just dark all the time. Everything, I just felt heavy. I just felt exhausted. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to wake up. And I was in so much pain, not physical pain, but mental and emotional pain. And I just wanted it to stop. And it was like suffocating, because at some points, like, it was, trying to put it in words is very difficult, but I was like I said, I was spiraling. I was very aggressive. I was lashing out. Things that normally, hold on, y'all. Grimmy Poo Poo, get out. He want me to bust him up. But anywho, things that were normally wouldn't really bother me, or very minimal, became monumental. Like, I would have these episodes, I was crying all the time, like uncontrollably, randomly crying. Like I said, it was just like, even one time, I forgot what it was, like my phone, I think it was, like, I just pushed the volume. I remember pushing the volume button, and I held it too long, and it went too high. I just remember throwing it across the apartment. Like, it was bad. It's right. Yeah, and so going through that was tough. I was scared, because at those moments, I felt so alone, and that feeling of loneliness, on top of the suffocation of the darkness, is very unbearable. And to be honest with y'all, I don't wish that. Oh, I'm trying not to mess up my makeup because I look beat. I did that. But I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Because I also feel like I wasn't in control. Because I feel like when I'm in my right mind and state of mind, I'm level-headed. I can, you know, reel myself back in. When in this state, there was no reeling back in. There was no calming down. There was no understanding. There was no coping mechanism. It was just suffering and more suffering and more suffering, more suffering, just darkness, darkness, darkness. And in like, and then you, once you go through that, while you're in it, then you become hopeless. Like, there's no hope for reprieve. Like, it's just suffering. Like, that's all you're dealing with. And it all stemmed from the situation with my apartment. So, and then on top of that, I still have to function. I still have to work. I still have to pay my bills. I still have to do the things that I'm supposed to do because, so it was just overwhelming. It was just a very, very overwhelming time in my life. And then on top of that, this is all happening around the time that I'm, health-wise, I'm now a new diabetic. Like, my health was taking a, in the beginning of the year, like I said, getting a diagnosis, I wasn't in such a dark place. So I was like motivated. I was enthusiastic with trying to get myself healthy. If you guys remember, like, I was putting up content. I was really pushing. And in that time, for a good while, you guys were my peace. And you were my distraction until you weren't. Until it wasn't enough. And at some point, it wasn't enough. And yeah, so like I said, I was struggling. And then so now we go back to the situation. I pretty much had my therapist pretty much told me I had 3 options, which was, well, really I had 4 options in the situation. I could stay in the apartment that I was in, let them fix everything. I could sue, which is what I thought I was going to end up doing at the time. I could move. And then the last thing I could was, after everything went down, they knew they dropped the ball. They wanted to have pretty much a meeting with me to discuss what they could do from what I needed. What would I want them to do to make the situation better? Pretty much, I guess, like a resolution kind of thing, and I'm gonna call it what it was, a settlement conversation. So, let's talk about the settlement, and because the other ones are pretty much explanatory. Well, before I get into the settlement, where I live at, it's very, very convenient, because where I work, I can walk to work. I also don't have a car. I don't have a car. But I can walk to work. And if I do take a Lyft, it's only like and I'm probably giving it more time. It's like a 5 to 7 minute drive. If I take the bus, it's still the same drive, but I live in Maryland. I ain't gonna lie. The system out here, transportation, sucks ass. Especially coming from New York. But nonetheless, so it's very convenient for where I work. If I move, there's no telling where I would go. And then the other sucky part is the bus system, because it would just be a bus ride. The bus system cuts off at a certain time. And I work the graveyard shift. So my shift is from 9 to 11. So I would end up having to leave too early. So if I moved. So that's why I like the location I'm at. So now let's get into the settlement. So we have this meeting after I've, there was investigations done. I end up finding the email to the owner of the property, the property management that owns the complex. I got to him and I sent him an email, And yeah, I believe his office contacted the regional manager's office, and then they put out so we can have this meeting. So long story short, we ended up having this meeting. They offered me they offered me a transfer. They gave me a couple of options. So I could do apples to apples, which means that I would go to a similar unit that I was in. And in my building, I'll just put up a picture. I think I have one of what it looks like. So in my apartment complex, you have the buildings, the main buildings. There's only 3 floors. So you have the basement, you have the main floor, and then you have the second floor, or which is the second floor, but it's really the 3rd floor. Then on the outside of the building, you have these side apartments. They have their own entrance, the mailbox is on the door. That's where my unit was. I had one of those apartments, and I loved my apartment when I first got it because it was perfect for me. I'm single. When I moved in, it was just me by myself. And the layout was great. It was big enough for me. I didn't need anything big. Like I said, it was me by myself. But I fell in love with it for the closet space. You guys, when I tell you, I had so much closet space. I kind of mad, like I should have took like a video so you guys could see. But I had, but my hallway closet was, y'all, that shit was so big. Like, it technically could have been a room because it had a door, and that's where I put all my clothes. And then I had a walk-in closet, and the hallway closet was a big walk-in closet. Then also too, I had another walk-in closet in my bedroom, and that was like where my beauty stuff was. So I kept my wigs in there, my recording equipment, all my like what was it, makeup stuff for my hair, stuff for my nails, all of that stuff was in there. Oh yeah, let me get some water. Hold on. So move, they was gonna do that, so I was like no, because everybody I talked to was like, don't get another one of my apartments, because when a leak happens or something like that, I get the brunt of it. The other option was I can upgrade to a bigger unit. So we looked into, so I took a tour of a 1-bedroom. It was bigger, was nice. The only thing about it was I wasn't satisfied because there wasn't a nice space for me to record. Although the room was bigger, the layout was different, and it didn't give me enough space where I felt comfortable recording. So then I asked to see a 1-bedroom and a den, which, you know, when they had one, I went and saw it, and I was like, when we had our meeting, it was in a 1-bedroom and a den. So there was like, okay, there's one empty that we could go see, but I had to wait. So she wanted to speak to, she's like, well, she told me, and I like the regional manager. I like her. She was very helpful. Around this time, she was helpful. And so, while they was doing, she was like, she just wanted to see something before she showed it to me. So while she was doing that, I contacted my the people, because I had a small support group that was helping me deal with this. And I pretty much, so that was my really good friend Juanita, my big sister Ebony, and then it was my best friend Tisha, and then the last person that I really leaned on was my brother's girlfriend, Chanel, but I call her Callaloo. And each one of these women played, oh, then of course my therapist, but each one of these women were a different role for me. My best friend Nita, she was just very understanding, but she also, because she was also the closest to me, she was very, very patient and gentle with me. That's only the way I could describe it. And also tolerant. My big sister Ebony, she was direct and to the, straight to the point, no filter, which is what I need. I always need that from her. Best friend Tisha was my resource person. Like, she connected me with attorneys. She was looking up, she's a paralegal, so she was looking up laws. Her, connecting me with this attorney who was going to connect me with another attorney. Like, she was doing the legal stuff for me. And then Callaloo was my listener. she was just the person I vented to. And she was, even though she wasn't with me, she gave me the rub on the back the symbolic rub on the back that I needed. So anywho, speak to everyone. And pretty much the two people that, Ebony and Juanita, those are the two women whose opinion I really needed for as far as guidance. They're older than me, and they just know. Juanita has done this before, and so she's done that aspect. And then Ebony is just, she keeps me grounded. Pretty much they both was just like, Juanita's thing was, if it was her, she would go with the lawsuit because the lawsuit would take time. But then she said, but because it's me and because of my mental state, I wouldn't survive a lawsuit. Big sis Ed pretty much said the same thing. She was like, there's no guarantee. Again, this is when I say she keeps me grounded. There's no guarantee you're going to win. And even if you do, it's going to be a lengthy time before you even see a payout. You're not going to make it to that. Or she was like, do you think you're going to make it to that? And she was like, I don't think you could. And then Kalaluz, I think hearing Ebony and Camille, they said it was what I needed to hear. But Kalaluz said, she told me, it's okay to protect your peace. Like, in a sense of, it's okay to go with what makes you happy and make you peace. And I think that was the validation that I need to make the decision that I made. So now cut to, I have the decision that I made. I'm going to see this apartment and hopefully it works out, because I, need to really, my mind is going a certain low way, but I need to make sure that I'm not making a mistake. And mind you, I'm going through this as I'm still in a state of darkness, and I didn't want to get my hopes up, because every time I got my hopes up, it got knocked down. And at this point, I couldn't really continue to go through that. So anywho, go see the apartment. Finally, the apartment's available. We walk over there, go see the apartment. I walk in, and I am instantly, as soon as I step in, I just see the space, and I see the den, and I see it was like minor upgrades. So different carpet, fresh, it was like paint, but there was little things that needed to get fixed, but more counter space in the kitchen, just minor things. I got really excited. I got really, not excited, there was a sense of peace that I haven't felt in a long time. It was like a rush of peace, a rush of happiness. I contained it because I didn't need them to know that I was, and so then, and then I remember, I was speaking to her, I always lean on my mom, even though she's not here. Spiritually, I lean on her. So I just remember saying, Mom, please help me make the right decision. Please help me. Please just give me something. And when we went to see the 1-bedroom in the den, the unit, I remember going to walk in the room. She was like, go check out the room. And I'm checking out the room. And then she came back. She was like, oh, I got some good news for you. I said, well, what? And she was like, she spoke to woo, and they agreed that I could move into the unit and pay the same amount that I was paying in my current place, which is, I think, $100 and some change difference. And so I just remember just sucking in the breath, because I just remember saying, okay, like, I asked my mom, and she always comes through when I ask her. And so I was like, okay. So then I remember going back to another unit, old unit, and I just remember breaking down, crying. But I was crying because I just felt I don't know how to, it just felt like, I remember when I used to get sick, and my mother would, regardless of how sick, flu, whatever it was, she would come in my bed and she would just hold me. And it was in this moment, once I had that, and I just knew in my heart of hearts this was my mother, it just felt like she was giving me a hug. Like she was back to holding me when I was sick. Because I was sick. I was going through it. And I was so I just felt this sense of relief. Like, I can't, you guys, I'm tearing up because I was scared for my life. Like, and I don't want to mess up my makeup because I told you I look beat. But it was just this sense of relief that I haven't, hold on, like, no, we ain't doing that. That I haven't had in a long time. And let me tell you guys something. Anybody who's out there listening, and I hope this reaches whoever needs to, sidebar for a second, go, now that I'm in a better place, like, because like I said, I got the diagnosis, and I gotta give a shout out to my friend Nita, because she spoke to the nurse at my job, and the nurse at my job she's also a nurse practitioner, and she deals with psychiatric psychology. And she pretty much gave me an assessment and was just telling me, she's the one who told me that I was clinically depressed, and she also recommended medication to help me. And that saved my life. I remember I just recently called her and was just telling her, like, crying, telling her thank you, because it did. And I remember telling my friend thank you too, because it did. And so I say that to say, when I was in that state of mind, there was no kid, like, family wasn't there. I didn't think of family. I didn't even care about my fur babies. I didn't care about love. I didn't care about any of that. The only thing that was my comfort was darkness and suffering. And so now that I'm in a better place mentally, I'm still not 100%, but every day is a day that I reach towards it. My priorities have shifted, completely have shifted. So I remember prior to this, I was just looking for wealth and riches and fame, in the sense of, like, even doing this, like, PR and all this other stuff and recognition. After going through what I just went through, my number one priority is my peace, which I refer to as my light. My peace is so fucking priceless. And it's so valuable. It's more important to me than people, how they see me, people's opinions of me, whether you respect me or not. I don't give a fuck anymore. If I can, my new objective in my life is to protect my light. I refer to myself now as my light warrior. And let me tell you something, but I'm not aggressive with it. I just have no tolerance for you trying to fuck with my light. And so if you are not going to help, what is it, feed the glow of my light, then you don't need to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time anymore. And so I say this to say, if you're going through something, well, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Let me get back to where I end up. So as you can tell, I ended up, after hearing that, I chose my peace, I chose my light, and so I moved to a bigger place, which is where I'm at now, which is where I'm sitting in front of you recording this. And that's also why my wall looks different. Also, too, ignore the elephant in the room. Yes, this is, I think I put this one upside down, but that's none of your business, okay? Pretend you don't see it. But anywho, I moved into a bigger place, and you guys, when I tell you, I am so fucking happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I don't want to cry because I'm not messing up my makeup, but I am so, oh shit, I'm gonna cry. I'm so, I can't tell you guys how fucking happy I am every day that I wake up in here. It's just, I wake up smiling. I just wake up happy. I am I feel creative again. I just feel like I can breathe. I'm hopeful again, you know, like, and I just, like I said, this is what I've been missing. This is what I've been missing. And so I chose my light. I will always choose my light. And this is also, now this, I want to direct this. Anybody out there who feels a fraction or anything of what I've just described, first thing I want you to know is it's okay. It's okay to seek out help. It's okay to live in your truth, because I might not know you personally, but you matter to somebody. And please get help. Mental illness, whether it's depression, whether it's bipolar ism, I think that's how you say it, whether it's schizophrenia, whatever aspect of it, it is real. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't think it was as real until I was in it. It is real. It is more common than you think. You are not crazy. It like with mine, it was triggered through a traumatic experience, and it doesn't matter how minute that experience could be to the next person. You know what is heavy or traumatic for you. I don't care what it is. And so if you ever get to a point where you feel as low as I did, or even if, like I said, a fraction, please get help. Find you some, at least one person that you can listen to. The other thing that I want to say, especially to my African American community, therapy is not a fucking weakness. It is not. Yes, it's getting better, but we have this stigma about us where we feel like if we get therapy, we are weak, we are crazy. Whatever excuse you're giving yourself, you are not weak, you are not crazy, you are, for me, I now see it's a tool. You're advocating for yourself. You're trying to, to me is, I feel like now that I'm going to therapy and I'm on the other side, I'm stronger for it. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. My mind works a certain way that I know how it works. It's me. And having a therapist is a non-biased, yes, you pay for it, but it's a non-biased person providing you a service. And the beauty about it is they have an education that affords them of tools and techniques that can help you and guide you through the avenues and turns of life. And baby, it's worth every penny, especially if you get you a good therapist, meaning someone that it fits you. Like my therapist, and this is another thing that I realized too, just because you go into therapy don't mean you have to go for your first therapist. Filter out. I was fortunate enough, I had two therapists. My first therapist, she ended up going to try something else, and so she recommended me to Miss Karen. But one thing about me, I gravitate to older people. So I already knew I wasn't going to be able to do a therapist from someone my age, someone younger. I'm not saying that they're not bad, but I'm saying for me, I do better taking wisdom from someone older. I don't know why my brain is that way. Maybe it could have something to do with the fact that I lost my mom at a young age. I don't know. But yeah, I just gravitate to older people. The other thing that I knew for Rip is I would not feel comfortable with a male therapist. I am like, if I was, when I decide to really take dating seriously, I will look at trying to maybe get a male therapist to help me with perspective. But as far as going through what I'm going through, I just feel like I can relate better to a woman. So, but to get back to what I was saying is, therapy is not a weakness. You're not weak. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It makes you a fighter. It makes you, you know, you're trying to survive. This thing we call life, there is no book for it. There is no blueprint for it. There is no, I don't care how many, I mean, there's no like instructions. It is trial and error. And so sometimes those trials, you need help. And so like, and I'm a primary example of what good therapy can do. And yeah, and so I am happy. Like, you see this now? I'm happy now. I am, like, I'm just happy. Do I have bad days? Yes, I do. Do I have really not good days? I do. Does the darkness sometimes still, you know, try to creep back in? It does. I'm not healed. I'm a work in progress, and I'm okay with that. But the medication is very helpful. It has made me, like, it has pretty much like, just, it's like a calming at this point. Like I feel like I no longer have tunnel vision. It has broadened my scope of vision. Yeah, so, but all in all, I'm happy. My place is amazing, you guys. And so now, even though I didn't get to do it there, I'm going to be able to do it here now. I am going to give you guys a tour. I'm still getting it together. But I will be giving you guys a tour, and so you guys can see it. And yeah, and I'm back. I am back, and I'm so excited. I've missed you guys. I've missed sitting in front of the camera. I missed talking shit with y'all. I missed the comments. I missed the creativity. And I think that is another reason why your light is so important. Because when you have peace, or a sense of peace, it makes your happiness so much meaningful. It makes the love that you have for others so much meaningful. It makes the love you receive from others meaningful. It gives you purpose. It provides clarity. It provides, it's like serenity. Like, it's the antecedent to so much positivity that I think, even for me, I took for granted. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. But yeah, your girl is happy. Like, yeah, I'm happy. And I'm so glad to be back. I am, yeah, so we, you know, like I said, I'm back. We are going to have so much fun. Like I said, my priorities have shifted. I also have new perspective. I will keep you guys updated on therapy. Also, too, my therapist had me go to group therapy, which was different. You know, it was different than I expected, because I thought I was going to have to be like, hi, you know what you see on TV, my name is Cartier and I have depression. And be like, hi, Cartier with depression. But it wasn't. It was cool. The therapist is younger, but I think in group therapy, because it's not a one-on-one, she has to occupy. She's occupied with other people. I think she was cool. But yeah. So yeah, I'm back, you guys. It's so good to be back. I've missed you. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep saying it, but y'all know. And buckle up, because yeah. So anywho, that's it. This has been a long little kiki chatter. But again, I just want to reiterate, please get help if you need it. And if you feel scared, and you don't know how to go about it, you need help, I'll put my email. I'm gonna put my email in the description. Send me an email, and just title it, what can we title it if you need me? Light warrior. Just put that in the subject, light warrior question mark or whatever. But just make sure light warrior is in there, and you can go from there. And then I'll know it's somebody reaching out. And then whatever I can do to help, I will do, because everybody deserves to have peace. Everybody deserves to have light. And I know that now. So yeah, with that being said, yes, y'all. So this is your girl is back. It's back. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Let's get into this look, honey. If y'all want to also see the tutorial of this look, let me know, because we ate this up. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for catching up with me. I know this was long, but I just, like I said, I owed you guys an explanation. Yeah, so thank you. Remember, true beauty is limitless. Stay beautiful and be kind. Until next time, bye y'all.